Look, Mom, I'm coding.
Awesome, so I'm back. As you can see, my VM is finished deploying. It's completely done. It has a public IP address, as you can see here. It tells me exactly what subnet it's in. It's using Microsoft's DNS. It's a Windows operating system. And it gives me the size as well, and it tells me exactly what the resource group is. I can change those details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and we have a little bit of data here as well, if you're curious about that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to create another VM, because as I said, you want to make sure that your VM is deployed already before going in and creating another one. So we want to create another one, and I'm going to click add, and it's pretty much going to have the same parameters as before, the same configuration details. They're both going to be in apps as well, same availability set, all of that jazz. And I mean, under normal circumstances, we would go in and use a template, but I'm just going to go through and do it one more time. So we're using Windows Server 2012 R2 Data Center, the Resource Manager deployment model. I'm going to create that. And we're going to configure the basic settings, and that is, so we're going to call this WebVM2. Same username as before, same password as well. See if that works. Yeah, it should work. Okay, same subscription, and I'm going to use an existing resource group, and that is the walkthrough. And the location is Eastern US, and as usual, they ask about the server license. Click OK. I'm going to choose the same virtual machine size. CS1 V2 standard. Okay, I'm going to select that. Don't bother loading the price. We're going to configure the optional features. So the virtual network will be, that's the virtual network. It's under the application subnet. The new IP address is WebVM IP2, and it's creating a new security group or firewall. And we're actually going to just give it this one. We're gonna assign that security group. And no app extensions. High availability set is going to be in the same high availability set as before, and the same diagnostics storage account. Okay, so we're all set. We should be all set here as well. And click OK, and it should do validation. Okay, so the validation passed. So we click OK, and we will be deploying the second VM. Now, while that's deploying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the virtual machines, just to knock a couple of things out. And as you can see, this virtual machine, the status is running. I'm going to click it. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to it with RDP. So what you want to do here is here. You want to click connect. So once I click connect, what's going to happen is the agent is going to download into my my workstation, and I'm going to click that. And it's going to prompt me for a couple of things like my username and all that fun stuff. And if it'll open, okay, cool. So I'm going to connect. I know what it is. Double check for the public IP address. And my username and my password. Click OK. And now it's connecting. It's giving me some warnings about the certificate. It's quite all right. And now I'm getting, it's starting up. The VM is starting up. All right, so server manager is kicking up. And we're going to do something super simple here. I want to keep an eye on my the deployment that's running as well. So we're going to add a feature. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it here. It's fine. Let's just use PowerShell. I'm going to let it should be. Oh God! Excuse me. It should be up and running now. I'm not going to edit that out. I'm actually not going to do any editing. Then I'm going to kick off PowerShell, our friend. PowerShell is our friend, right? And just install the Windows feature here. If I can type, because I can never type, Windows feature and web server. Okay. And now it's installing. So once my other deployment is done, I'm going to go through, I'm going to do the same, everything that I do here, I'm going to do in the other deployments. I'm actually going to do this once, just because I don't think it's necessary for me to videotape. I just gave away my age. For me to screencast the installation for, just kind of the IaaS web server and connecting up with RDP. So look, there we go. Success for creating a web server. So let's get out of there. And we're going to go search for the, I think it's called like INET or something like that. We're going to search for those files, and we're going to do a little bit of, I think it's in here. Yes, there we go. And www roots and IS start. We're going to open that up with Notepad. Super simple. Deployment succeeded. And we're going to see, this is the title here, the body. It's giving us a nice little div container. How nice. We're just going to say web VM. What number was that? 1, right? Web VM 1. And it's in a container. You know what? Whatever. It's in a container. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we're going to save that. And we are going to exit out of there. And the next step will be to do the same thing on the other deployment. And then when I'm done with all of that, we're going to come back in, we're going to create a load balancer, and then we're going to take that load balancer and we are going to test it. We're going to connect these beautiful virtual machines to that load balancer, test it out, see that it works, and then we're going to tear everything down just with one click of a button. So stay tuned. I don't know, I think this is like video number 3. I will be doing another video with the load balancer. So do the same thing that I did here on the second VM that deployed, and you'll be golden.